Welcome back. Now again, this will just make a better user of the software. So in order to affect the object, I need to select the object. Command A selects all. Command A selects the entire object. So if I want to select the object, Command A selects all. Okay. Now, little production technique. If you don't want to see these anchor points, Command H will hide the anchor points. Command H Macintosh, Control H for Windows. It toggles on, off. Command H for hide. Now it's selected. Now make sure that you recall that you hid them, because otherwise you're not going to see it selected, so you have to unhide Command H or Control H. All right, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to hit the S for scale tool. I'm at the return key because I want to scale from the center point. Scale from the center. So therefore I could scale from the center. If I hit the tab key, it will go forward. Shift tab will go backwards. So I don't have to touch my mouse. So I'm going to scale this at a 65%, which is a 35% reduction, and make a copy. So watch this. I can make a copy of this. Right now I want to hit the X key because this is my fill. So I can basically change the color. Command D transform again, Command D, Control D for Windows, and change the color. Don't make fun of my colors. Okay, so I can select it, change the color, select, change the color, select, change the color, etc., etc., etc. Now, if you really want to make your software sick, Command A selects all, S for scale, hit the return key. So let's scale this down at about 45%. I'm going to hold down the Command key, move this to the outside corner. I still want to scale that down a little bit further, so I'm going to hit the return key again. Let's go another 65%. So now I'm going to hit the R for rotation tool, pick a point to rotate from. Hold down the Option key for Macintosh, Alt key for Windows, and let's rotate this. I want to have 9 of these. So I could say 360 divided by 9 and make a copy. There's 2. Command D, I'm just going Object Transform. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And just like that, I have some really cool effects. Now, the only thing I drew from scratch, by the way, was the elliptical by hitting the L key. Really cool stuff. Now, let's take this one step further. Command Z, undo this. I'm going to take the select all, put this back in the center again. I just want to scale this up so you can actually see this a little bit better. So as for scale, hit the return key. So if I want to scale it up, I need to go above 100. If I want to scale it down, it's below 100. So I want to scale this up 50% bigger. So I'm going to make this 150. So I'm going to hit the tab key and make this 150 and simply hit the return key. If I want to scale it up another 150%, Command D or Control D for Windows. Let's go with this. Now, this is a really, really cool technique here. I don't want to have to select these different colors to shift them to a different color. So what I can do here, which is a really powerful technique, is under the Edit menu, based on these choices, Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork. Based on these choices, what I want to do is I want to select Assign Edit Colors. Now I want to lock these colors. Right now, these colors are represented on the spectrum by these colors to the left. So I'm going to click here and lock these colors into place. So therefore, I can take this dialog box and simply move the colors. How cool is that? And I could basically go more pastel color, brighter colors, etc., etc. So I can basically shift those colors. Okay, return key. Really cool stuff. So let's scale this down again. So return key, let's scale this down at, say, 55%. Let's hold down the Command key, move this to the left. Hold it, keep the Command key held down, click and drag this to the right. So I can go another color. So what I could do here is edit colors. Now in my full development series, I share with you how to assign shortcut keys to everything here. The objective of these simple videos on YouTube is to get you up and running and understand how the software thinks. So I'm going to say edit colors, lock them into place. I'm now going to just change the colors. Command D, go back to there again, edit colors, recolor artwork, edit colors, lock the colors into place, and shift them again. And I do all kinds of clever things under the Edit menu and reverse the colors. So edit, I can invert the colors to make them the opposite of the color, etc., etc. So what I want to share with you is a very simplistic approach of how to work with objects, what I call working smart. I'm not a big hashtag kind of guy, but one of my favorite hashtags that I've been using for the past 5 or 6 years with social media is working smart. Hashtag working smart. Most people don't work smart. In fact, one of my biggest clients, Hearst Publications, which is right across the street from me on 57th Street, they've been my client for the past 26 years. Now, I pretty much taught the entire staff over there Illustrator, Quark Express, Illustrator, Photoshop back in the day. Of course, now it's InDesign. But unless they kept up on their skill set, most people who say they know Illustrator or Photoshop learned it 20 years ago and then stopped learning. They never got good. They don't know production techniques. So the objective of my videos is to teach you real practical skills. So let's select all and delete. So I'm going to go back to the L key for the ellipse tool, and I'm going to create an ellipse from the center again, holding down the Option key. Now let me share with you a really cool technique here. Let's just fill this. Let's stroke this with none. So stroke X /, go back to the X and fill, and let's fill this with green. So what I want to do is make a petal of a leaf. Now, little technique here. I'm going to Shift C. Shift C selects the Convert Direction Point tool or Anchor Point tool. Shift C. So if it's selected, Command H, I'm going to unhide the edges. I'm going to select this anchor point right here and select this anchor point right here so it looks more like a leaf drop. Pretty cool stuff. Then based on these choices, anything about the object is under the Object menu. Okay, so Object, Create Gradient Mesh. And I'm going to create a gradient mesh of this that is 8, Tab 8, and Preview. And you'll see what that looks like. Now if you want to make this from the center or from the outside, so I'm going to go from the center and hit OK. So now I have some depth and green to my leaf. Pretty cool stuff. So now I can select all. You want to hide this edges, Command H. Go back to the rotation tool, pick a point to rotate from, hold down the Option key, remember that's the third way that I can transform an object, and let's rotate this 7 times. So I can say 360 divided by 7 and make a copy. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Select all, go back to the scale tool, letter S, hit the return key, hit the Tab key. Let's scale this down at 55% and put this roughly in the center. Okay, so it's really cool stuff. Very easy to create artwork on the fly. Now in the next video, I will share with you one of my absolute rock solid favorite production techniques using the reflection tool. You're really going to get a lot out of this next video. Now hopefully you're getting a lot out of all my videos, but this next one is really a cool one. Talk to you soon.